Okay. How you doing? All right. Aloha, everybody. Good, thank you. Well, in some minds, on some occasions, when we have proclamations and commendations such as we have today, it's easy to slip into a frame of mind where you say, well, this has been done before and it'll be done again, and kind of take it for granted. But just as recently as yesterday and last night, we have been made aware of two fatalities, two pedestrians who were fatally injured. So this is not just going through the motions today. This is not just an observation that can be dismissed as just part of the daily business. Lives are at stake, and the state of Hawaii, and with Pedestrian Safety Month, wants everyone to know that we take it very, very seriously. And that's why our Director of Transportation is here today, first to make presentations to these young people who understand what walking wise is all about. And we want to make certain that everybody in the state understands it's not just for the keiki, that adults too have to walk wise. And to all those who are driving, you cannot take for granted that pedestrians will always either do the right thing or even know what the right thing to do is. Anybody who's driving has to be aware at all times that they have a responsibility to be on the lookout as well. The opportunity here today, then, with our proclamation, is to commend the dedicated volunteers as well as professionals who are devoting themselves to the question of pedestrian safety and devoting themselves to it in a way that has a reality for them that may escape us in our daily lives, where we have so many other things to concentrate upon. So we have both public partners with the City Department of Transportation Services and all four county police departments, as well as our partners, AAA Hawaii, Farmers Insurance, Carmina Kids, McDonald's Restaurants, and Moms in Hawaii. So there's going to be community events taking place all across this month to remind us that this is an everyday awareness that needs to be in the forefront of our minds when we're driving, and certainly when we're walking. We're trying to encourage more pedestrian traffic now. We're trying to encourage more people to walk. And so as a result of that, we have to be very, very sensitive to it. I'm very grateful to Ford for having the opportunity taking advantage of the opportunity today for this recognition. And in relation to that, then, I'd like to begin today by reading to you a bit from the proclamation and give it to Ford, and he'll take the program from this point on. This proclamation is presented in recognition of the 5th Annual Pedestrian Safety Month in Hawaii. And I'm just going to read one of the whereases. Whereas Pedestrian Safety Month recognizes the Hawaii State Department of Transportation in partnership with the organizations that I've just mentioned, and through its WalkWise program, will kick off a statewide campaign in August of 2014 to encourage good pedestrian habits as well as promote driver awareness. And as I have indicated, we need look only at yesterday's situation to become aware of how important good pedestrian habits are and the necessity for promoting driver awareness. Therefore, as governor, I do hereby proclaim August 2014 is Pedestrian Safety Month in Hawaii, and ask all of our citizens in the Aloha State to join all of you in participating in statewide efforts to promote good pedestrian habits and driver awareness to make our streets safer. And Ford, I'm going to present that to you, and I know a little bit later we'll take some pictures with everybody to commemorate today and to give some further opportunity to spread the word about pedestrian safety.
Thank you, Governor.
Thanks very much, Ford.
Maybe if the governor can have a seat.
I will. Oh, sure. No, that's okay.
We're saving it for you.
Okay. Oh, you you were.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you.
Sorry, Governor. I'm going to be speaking up here for a while. I didn't want you standing behind me. Aloha and welcome, everybody. Thank you, Governor. Thank you to our pedestrian safety advocates and everyone for being here today. This is the 5th annual Pedestrian Safety Month with Hawaii DOT Walkwise Hawaii program. Our goal is very simple. It is to reduce the number of pedestrians killed on our roadways each year. The statistics are sobering and tragic. Last year, 26 pedestrians in our state were killed. That's more than 2 people each month. And as Governor mentioned, there were 2 yesterday as well. This has to stop. And that's what this entire program is about. That is why DOT Walkwise Hawaii program works so hard to educate the public, our seniors, our school children, and drivers on good pedestrian and driver behavior. Everyone who walks and drives in the state can make a difference and save lives. We need you just to pay attention, and everyone here is doing their part. Hawaii DOT is launching the only statewide Pedestrian Safety Month program in the nation. And I think that's a lot to say as far as what the governor's program is and what our partners' programs are. What does this mean? Throughout August, Walkwise Hawaii will partner with state, county, private agencies to conduct pedestrian safety events each and every day of this month. And again, it's not limited to Oahu. This is a statewide program. Some of our safety partners have joined us today, and I'd like to go ahead and acknowledge their good work. They are basically from our Walkwise Hawaii volunteer speakers, Anita Nihei. Ron, I didn't see Ron. Lockwood, okay. Again, our Walkwise Hawaii partners, Mr. Michael Formby, Director, City and County of Honolulu, Department of Transportation Services. Mark Kikuchi, City and County of Honolulu, Department of Transportation Services. Captain Darren Izumo, Honolulu Police Department. Lieutenant Stason Tanaka, Honolulu Police Department. I don't see Lieutenant Lau here. Okay. Sean Hiroka, Department of Transportation. Leanne Sumida, AAA Hawaii Regional Manager. Melanie Joseph, Marketing Manager, Farmers Hawaii Insurance. Nicole Okamura, Community Building Mom for Online Community Moms in Hawaii. Shabli Kaina from Kamaina Kids. Can we give them a big hand? Thank you all for your partnership. We truly appreciate it. McDonald's of Hawaii and Kamaina Kids worked very hard with Walkwise Hawaii to teach more than 8,000 of our Hawaii keiki and their kupuna about good pedestrian habits. McDonald's of Hawaii and Kamaina Kids also coordinated a statewide poster contest. The top 20 contest winners will be on display downstairs in our Capitol Chamber. In addition, McDonald's of Hawaii will display driver awareness pedestrian messages at all 75 of its locations statewide. At this time, I would like to announce each of the Oahu winners. First, Ethan Fang with from Voyager Public Charter Schools. Ethan. Sophia Trajani Morton, also basically from Voyager Public Charter Schools. Please stand. And Kyrie Higa, also from Voyager Public Charter Schools. Actually, Kyrie was one of our... She was one of our grand prize winners. She, in the category of always make eye contact, she was selected as our overall winner. Do we have any others?
They're not here.
Okay. What I'd like to do at this particular time is that the 3 of them and Governor, if you can take a picture with them right up here,
Okay.
if it's possible.
Should we
Kids.
walk over here? Kids? Right in the middle.
Yes.
Look at this.
Moms and dads, please go over there and take your pictures.
Oh, yeah. Here, let's make sure we can get these big slippers in there. Hold them up. There we go. Right here. Chris here too? Okay. Oh, we don't take pictures together. No, give your phones and so on to Ty, and then you folks come up and get pictures together with the kids. We promise we'll give them back. There you go. It's a pleasure.
Go ahead. Don't be shy.
Who's your friend? Has everybody in the picture? You got time. This is your chance. I will help you. Okay? Very good.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot. You can go back and sit down. I'll follow you, okay?
As I mentioned, we had two grand prize winners. Their two posters are up there. Sarah Tomita, who is not here, from Heiea Elementary on Oahu, had won on the Always Wear Bright and Reflective Clothing when walking at night. Her poster is located on the right. Kairi Higa, who is here, again, always make eye contact with drivers when walking. Her poster is up there as well. These two winners will each receive a $100 McDonald's gift certificate and a special goodie bag. In addition, their posters will be printed on McDonald's tray liners. So when you visit McDonald's, you'll be able to see their posters as well for the entire month of August, and will be displayed at every McDonald's in Hawaii. There are posters that will be featured on tray liners to your left, which you just saw. And again, I'd just like to give everybody a round of applause for a job well done. At this time, I would like to go ahead and invite Captain Darren Izumo from the Honolulu Police Department to talk about what the Honolulu Police Department enforcement efforts will be.
I gotta say, kids, if I had your talent, I probably wouldn't be a policeman today. I'd be famous. But along those lines, I mean, in this room, we have a lot of expertise, dedication, and passion for traffic safety. Particularly pedestrian safety. That's what your posters are about. And yet, sometimes we do these things and our message is lost. It gets lost because people rationalize, like, I always wear my seatbelt, I don't drive impaired, I don't drive distracted, I don't speed. Pedestrian safety is different. We all are or will be at some point pedestrians. We all are or will have loved ones, people close to us, that are pedestrians. So our message here has to get through. Last year, the Honolulu Police Department issued over 6,300 pedestrian-related citations, and yet last year we still had 19 pedestrian fatalities on Oahu alone, 26 statewide. This year we have 17 so far, not good. And what's even more disturbing is about half of those 17 are people in marked crosswalks. So obviously, enforcement is not the only answer, and we are so fortunate to have this many public and private partners to help us, I would say drive, but I mean walk this message home. Okay, so what is the message? I mean, it's already been said, but I'll say it again, so please bear with me. It's most simply, drivers, thank you for not speeding, not driving distracted, not driving drunk. But most importantly in this case, watch out for pedestrians. always, the saddest thing that we as officers hear at these tragic events, the saddest and yet most common thing we hear on the part of the driver is, I didn't see her. I didn't see him. That's a life-changing event for everybody involved. Of course, the pedestrian gets the low end of the deal against a car, but the driver, that person's life is changed forever, both financially, emotionally. For pedestrians, you also have a responsibility. You have to make yourself as safe as possible. Use crosswalks when you can. Follow traffic signals. Make yourself visible, especially at night. But mostly, don't assume the driver sees you. You gotta watch out for cars. In police survival, police safety, we have an acronym called WIN, W-I-N. Stands for What's Important Now. Now, for both drivers and pedestrians, you gotta think about what's important now. If you're driving, pay attention to the road. I know you may be late, you're worried about that speech you gotta make at the governor's office, but you gotta think about what you're doing. Are you safe? Are you watching for everything? For pedestrians, same thing. You may not like the song playing on your iPod, but if you're crossing the street, concentrate on crossing the street. Walk with a purpose. Make yourself as safe as possible. If we follow this acronym, all of us, we can all be winners. We can all get to our destination safely. So, thank you for your time and safe journeys home.
Thank you, Captain Izumo. We want everybody to arrive home safely. So at this time, I would ask Lance Ray to come up and actually have everybody here today to take the Walkwise Hawaii Pedestrian Pledge and the Walkwise Hawaii Driver's Pledge. Lance?
At the end of every Walkwise Hawaii presentation, we ask the audience to make a promise to us, to make a pledge to be a good pedestrian. Would you all rise, please? And raise your right hands and repeat after me. Ready? I pledge. As a good pedestrian. That I will always look left. That I will always look right. That I will always look left again. And continue looking. While crossing the street. You may put your hand down. Promise me you'll never take it for granted that you are safe in a crosswalk. I know most of you drove here today and did not walk here. So promise me this. And remember that pedestrians can be hidden from view by stopped vehicles on multi-lane streets. So every time you drive down the street and you see a car slowing down or stopped, especially near a crosswalk, please slow down. Check out what they're stopping for. Most likely, they're stopping for a little old lady who's just trying to go to the grocery store. And you don't want to be the person that says, I didn't see her, right? So promise me that you'll do that and promise that you'll share that with each one of your friends every time you drive. Thank you.
Thank you, Lance. Thank you, Lance. You know, before we end, I kind of want to draw your attention to the walk home safety poster or display that's on that side. The small slippers that make up the welcome home mat represent 240 pedestrians from 2004 to 2012 who were tragically killed on our streets and never made it home to their loved ones. The large slippers represents all of us today who took this pledge as pedestrians and as drivers to make sure that everybody makes it home safely, to leave our slippers in front of our front door. We dedicate Pedestrian Safety Month to the memory of all the victims who never made it home. At this time, I would like to thank Governor and all our pedestrian safety advocates, and of course, our contest winners. Thank you so much for your time and effort. This will conclude the program, but as I indicated earlier, the 20 posters are actually downstairs in the chamber, and if you take time to go down there, you'll be able to go ahead and visualize those. At this time, I'd like to invite all our partners to come up here and do a photo with the governor.